Now I will talk about the third component of a special and inclusive education at ito ang placement. So what is placement? Assessment results are used to decide child appropriate education placement with a continuum from a least to the most restrictive setting. So after we identify the student who have additional needs and who have maybe at risk for developmental disabilities. So, and after we also conduct the assessment for them, so now we will determine which educational placement is fit or appropriate for them. So, meron tayong option para sa educational placement. So, a general education classroom is the least restrictive environment for a child with additional needs. Access to the same learning experience and opportunities is provided as to typically developing student. Thus, it is considered as the most normalized or typical settings. So, it is according kay Gregorio in 2012. So, next, additional support in the form of accommodation or changes and expectations through curriculum modification may be provided but still within the same classroom as peers within the year level. So next, our another option for placement is to be in a general education class, but the child receive supplementary instructions and service such as speech, physical, occupation therapy, or counseling service during the school day. So, option may be provided with such sessions are constructed either during the school or as an after school service. So next, student who may be a part of a general education class are pulled out of their class to receive instruction from a specialist teacher in a source room. So in such a placement, it is assumed that a child will benefit more from. So next, either a small group or individualist instruction with a specialist teacher who will be able more intensively target his learning needs. So next, ang next natin, ito ang next natin. Other student need more intensive support that is not provided in a general education class. So, team will decide to recommend placement for a child in a more restrictive setting such as a self-contained special education class but still located in a general education school. In this learning environment, all student receive individualized and group instruction with peers with disability and additional needs from a special education teacher. So, depending on the program goals, student may be given the opportunity to interact with typically developing peers through school community building activities. So, next ay ito ang next natin. Moving up in place continuum, some students who need more intensive instruction and support are educated in a special education class in a special education school. So, team of professionals along with a special education teacher with work with student with disability and additional needs in highly specialized settings. So, next natin. On the other end of a continuum is the most restrictive or isolated setting, such as a residential facility where students live and receive their educational support. So, 24 hours a day. So, ang last natin ay find a child with multiple disability, often of the severe kind, are provided with home or special or hospital based program to manage their medication to manage their medical condition and learn as much as they could. Inclusive education is supposed that all students, to the maximum extent possible, is provide access to general education classroom with a provision to remove barriers to enable success. So that's all. Thank you.